Green Lantern Dark issue 6, Tate Brombal writing with WERTHER DELL'EDERA on the art. So, yeah, I mean this book obviously, like, because it's every other month, it always feels like it's been a while whenever we go back to it. But to its credit, like, it was very quick to remember where we were once I read a couple of pages. So a lot of this is about, because the reveal last time was the brother character Kane is going to side with the villain, with Demona, because she's manipulating him, because that's what she does, and she tries to do it throughout this entire issue, because we finally get her facing off against Green Lantern here, and we see her try to kind of play on her fears, and even try and convince her that her powers are being drawn from the willpower of the girl, and that she's actually killing, like, the reason why the girl's sick right now is because you're killing her by taking her willpower, because Demona takes her power from the fear, the misery, and all the bad feelings that everyone is feeling because of her. So she's trying to convince Green Lantern that that's the same for her. But we find out quite quickly, of course, that a lot of this stuff with Green Lantern's in her head, right? This is Demona playing with her. And that's where it plays, because Lynette's up at one point and she says something, "You're trying to kill me," or "You've been killing me," and then she's like, "You're not Lynette," and then obviously it's Demona. So we get finally their hero villain face off is kind of upon us here.
Yeah, that image too of her in the real world that's wrapped with the tendrils, with the red energy coming off of her too. It's very creepy and grotesque, and really matches. It's almost the opposite of what we get with Demona, right? Because she's got the butterfly print on her dress, and she's this pretty lady, and she's not this old scary witch. And so it's just definitely playing with the counter of what you would think that is. And then you see how her powers work, and it's like, oh no, it's very much evil witch sucking the life out of people. Type.
It plays into like everything that comes up with Beast Boy with Gar, where he talks about how he felt like a monster, but she's the first one who took him in. So she presents this front of being caring, of like, I'll take care of you, I'll be this nice thing, like her, pleasant visual appearance, where she's, hey, I'm this pretty girl with butterflies thing that she's got going. But she's actually evil, right? And when Gar goes back to her and tries to like kind of turn bad just so that she'll take him in again, which very much felt like someone who's been abused begging their abuser to take them back. It hit really hard, I thought, at that moment. But when he does that and she's like, I've been there and done that, you bore me now. Like, it's like, the truth of her kind of comes out, and it feels really sad. It's really sad for Gar that not only is he willing to sort of be a villain again, to go back to this person who made him feel something for the first time, but she's just kind of discarded him like it's nothing,
Yeah, because people aren't people to her. They're tools. She's trying to bring this, earth-eating worm from the galaxy to consume everything, right? That's her ultimate plan. So these are all just pieces to her. They're not people. And I feel like we get what her true kind of form is when it's we get that page after the Batman ghost talks to her and she goes, "Who?" And you get that page with the Green Lantern wrapped up, and there's this like creature with her voice coming out of it.
It's more of a monstrous kind of form, yeah.
Yeah, it's very monstrous and with a fake face, and it's like, well, if this isn't her true form, this is what has not taken over her, right? This is what she's become by that detachment to humanity. Since she's been doing all this, I thought that was a really cool reveal.
At the very least, it's symbolic of the monster she is, if not literally what her true form is, for sure. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And she tries to convince Green Lantern that she killed her parents. You exploding with that green energy is what killed all the lights in the world, and it killed your parents. So she's really trying to like play on her fears and her self-doubt and try to make her feel like she's responsible for everything. Now, I don't believe her entirely. No. I think a lot of this is bullshit, and we'll find out the truth in time as to what exactly how all that played out. But it's very powerful, and because we already heard from Gar how she manipulated him, and which also makes it sad that he goes back to her, because he kind of basically knows how she manipulated him, but he still wants to go back to her because she still made him feel something.
And he gets rejected by Green Lantern, right? He kind of makes a move on her early on.
Kinda, yeah.
And but it's more like he wants to be comforted and like, I don't know, because he's Beast Boy. It's almost like he wants to be pet and told he's good. And she kind of rejects him. Like, hey, I'm not about that. And it's almost because of that slight rejection that he goes running back to her, because the devil you know is better than the devil you don't, to him. And yeah, it's very, very tragic.
It's just an awkward moment where she's not wanting specifically that, but then she feels bad that she's kind of rejected him immediately afterwards. It's, again, it's just this kind of sad thing. And all throughout this, the brother's getting the sister Elinette and bringing her back. And she when she's up, she's like, wait, what have you done to Green Lantern? She's in these vines and you're messing with her head, and she's demanding that you wake her up. And Green Lantern has this great full page spread where she's like, burn witch, and like the green energy just kind of like comes out from her, and we get this great 2-page layout where it's all greens and reds, greens from obviously Green Lantern and then reds coming from Demona. And basically, as this is happening, Lynette passes out again, and Kane yells, "Stop it, you're killing her." And this like gives Green Lantern pause, and she comes over to check on her, and it's this really sad kind of thing, because like, again, I don't really believe that she's the one killing her. I think Demona's trying to convince her of that, and she's convinced the brother of that, clearly. Right. But this is where Gar makes his heel turn and hits Green Lantern from behind, and knocks her out and puts her into like a crater, and Demona blows out the green candle, the green flame, and we get panels around the world, all these towns that Green Lantern's lit up by like lighting their candles for them, so all these green flames are everywhere, and Green Lanterns, they all go out. So darkness has returned to the world. Green Lantern's like uttermost defeated. This very much feels like we're end of the Act 2 of this book. It feels like we've got a few issues left maybe now. So Green Lantern's defeated, the villains kind of won, and it's all very dark and at our lowest point. And the final page is Green Lantern waking up on Oa, the Emerald Realm, and these other Green Lantern style characters, all of whom are female, are basically saying, hey, like, finally you're here, you've got much to learn, kind of thing. So yeah. Yeah, it's a fun ending. Obviously, this Oa being this different thing, it's actually not a million miles away to what we're suspecting the absolute Green Lantern is going to be doing with its version of Oa.
Right.
But, no, fun stuff.
It makes me wonder with the whole concept of the Green Lantern here. It's almost like it's a, she comes from the graveyard, right? And she has this Green Lantern. And almost wonders if, like, not that she's a zombie, but she's a spirit, and this was her final transformation, is that she had to die on that realm to reach her full potential, right? To really become, because they talk about, Demona tells her she was in that cocoon, and she, when she exploded, she killed her parents, which we don't know if all of that's true or whatever. And it was almost like her pushing back because she had that strong will interrupted the process to turn her fully in. So she's just been kind of, like to bring this into normal Green Lantern, she wasn't done training with the ring yet, but she had full access to it, and now here she's going to get a little bit more understanding of what it means to be Green Lantern. Honestly, you don't even need to compare it to that. I mean, at the very end, this other lantern in the Oa realm says to her, she calls her a little moth. I mean, that implies right away there's like a metamorphosis that's happening here. And maybe she had to die, or maybe she had to feel certain things, perhaps. I'm not convinced she died, technically. I think it may just be more she felt certain ways, and it's finally unlocked this realm to her. Because they say they've been waiting a long time, so I think probably since she got the flame in the first place, they've been waiting to like speak to her so they can do it. It's interesting. It's just interesting because we're doing green flame stuff, but we also did kind of a Abin Sur style like origin of finding the meteor kind of thing. So it's just interesting to me that how this version's set up. Yeah, it's almost like she didn't want to give in because she felt guilty because of what happened to her family, right? And now this is the point where she's gonna have to learn to give in, and and that's why they're all standing here to guide her. But yeah, definitely wasn't expecting this ending here, right? Because like you said, it feels like the end of an Act 2. So I didn't expect to see her again by the end of the issue. So we turn the page and she wakes up and she's just covered, surrounded by this green. And I was like, oh, okay, that takes it up a level.
Yeah, I don't know how many issues this is planned for, but I would guess there could just be 2 left. I could see this. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if there's only one more, but I think you'll get an issue where she learns a lot of stuff, and then it'll be the issue of the climax, I would assume. But It could be a bit longer than that, I don't know, but it does feel like we're gearing up for kind of the final chapters of the story based on this. You know, so the art's good here. You know, I particularly like the big spreads. The fight between her and Demona is cool, very colorful. You know, seeing that those strong oranges and reds really sticks out, because you know we usually just get darkness and green in this book, so that was an interesting change of pace. So for sure, yeah.
So I do have an answer. Issue 7 is the last issue, according to the solicits.
Really? So we are getting to the final issue. Okay, I'm not surprised. It does. Like, part of me thinks it could be 2, just because I could feel like that she learns a lot of stuff before we go into the last issue. But at the same time, I'm not surprised that this is the dawn, or the darkest right before the dawn of the victory. Right. So it makes sense. I get it. Yeah,
but no, all the color. I mean, Del'edera's art here it's been consistent throughout, but here I just feel like it's not as dark. They're playing with their colors a bit more. The purples, the oranges, like you said, the green really pops against the rest of these. And yeah, it's a whole experience of a book. Like, I really feel like Brombal and Del'edera are working like to tell this kind of, because it's really, it feels like a spooky story, even though it's not, if that makes sense. You know, and I think a lot of it has to do with the mood and the colors and all that kind of stuff. It's almost like a dark fairy tale.
Yeah,
at points.
It's been somewhat spooky at times, and certainly the darkness of the world feels kind of creepy. So there's definitely elements of that, and I think the villain feels like she's kind of like a evil witch type character, so that does make sense to me as well. All right, what are you giving Green Lantern Dark issue 6?
I'm giving it an 8.5.
I think I'll go straight 8 out of 10 for this, but yeah, good stuff.